Om. Good morning to you. There you are, my beautiful friends. An honor to be with you this morning. Today we are focusing on Hatha Yoga. A reminder that this is part 3 of a 3-part series, but this practice today, this teaching today will stand completely alone. So there's no need to feel as though you've missed anything. You've missed nothing. It's all part and parcel of the whole. So here we are together today in this great and grand and whole and complete universe. As you're getting settled in and finding your way, I invite you to introduce yourself. Tell me where you're coming from. Love to know that. Where are you? Where are you in the world? As many of you know, I come to you today from Mérida, Yucatan, Mexico. I'll just bring you into this space as you're showing up. Please, again, feel free to just introduce yourself if you're so called. Say where you're coming from, always, and in all ways, you're welcome to share with me anything that you'd like to receive from this practice, anything that's alive for you for this practice. So as you're here with me today, you're bound to hear all sorts of magical sounds. The wind is a little bit high this morning. I'm welcoming that. For those who might not know, Yucatan and Mérida in particular is really just on the other side of the Gulf of Mexico from the US. And there you are, Graciela from Quebec. Good morning. Just seeing you up there in the north, seeing all of you in Portland, seeing you in Arizona, in California, east and west parts of Canada, east and west parts of Mexico, United States. We'll hear all sorts of wild and crazy noises, I'm just sure of it. There's the wind, there's church bells, there's street dogs. Everything's wide open. Good morning, sweet Valerie. I'm so honored to have you here from Vallejo, California. Hearing morning announcements for lots of things being sold on the street on a Sunday morning from backs of trucks and bicycle carts. This is the nature of my little world here. Just bringing you in, because this is how we roll. This is why we're here, really, to celebrate life, to bring in the awareness that anything and everything that is here right now is part of the divine. So we bring our attention this morning, as we do every Sunday morning, to the student teacher prayer. And this is a reminder that we are part and parcel of the whole, that we're going to feel everything, we're going to sense and see and know everything. It's going to just keep on coming at us. And when we bump into each other, when we bump into the world, and when tensions rise, and when friction is present, that there too lies our opportunity to grow, to learn. And to be part of this whole. So we bring our hands together at our heart centers. And we send the breath from the crown of the head down and out our bodies to the belly of the earth. And we take this rich and profound prayer in call and response. Om. Om. Sahana. Sahana. Vavatu. Vavatu. Sahana. Sahana. Gunatu. Gunatu. Saha. Saha. Viryam. Viryam. Gadavavahai. Gadavavahai. Tejasvi. Tejasvi. Navadhitam. Navadhitam. Astu. Astu. Ma vidisha. Ma vidisha. Vahai. Vahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Here we are. Tight hips, torn shoulders. Cold weather, warm weather, we're all just right here, bringing in all the parts and pieces of this glorious morning. So just a brief review. Hatha yoga is like a tree. Hatha yoga is the trunk of the tree, and all these other asana practices are the branches. So we bring our attention back to the nature of what yoga is and how it reveals in our very own beings. How it is essentially the sympathetic and the nervous system. The sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems working together, being together. And so in this way, we come right on here, just like this. We keep on showing up. We keep on remembering, recognizing, recollecting, and sensing and feeling into the union, the oneness. The Ha is the sun. The Ha is the great and glorious and magnificent, brilliant, radiant, expansive nature. It's me showing up right here and saying, I'm radiating out, I'm radiating out. I'm coming to you, I'm coming for you. This is moving in me and through me out to you. And in this way, here you are, the moon. In these moments, you're receiving, you're taking it all in, you're taking these teachings in, you're drinking them in, like the moon drinks in the sunlight. And you're being nourished, nurtured. There's a creamy, soothing milkiness that comes in and across and in and through you. Now, mind you, this is happening to me too. I'm the moon also. I'm the sun and the moon. You're the sun and the moon. Oh yeah, and we're all that right here. The sun is the sympathetic nervous system. The moon is the parasympathetic nervous system. Ha is laughter. Ha is any energy out penetrating the space. Tha is the internal, the magnetic, the beauty. Ha, cosmic consciousness. Tha, everything in this manifest universe. A result of that penetrating energy. So what does this have to do with our practical lives? We get up in the morning and we feel into our bodies. May the first thing that I do be to feel into this body. Sometimes I'm asked the question, why are we here? What's the purpose of being here? To experience and to interact. To experience and to interact. Until we remember our wholeness. Until we recollect our wholeness. The oneness of it, in and through it all. So there's the Ha, the sun, there's the Ta, the moon, and there's this place where it resolves, it dissolves, it comes back to the one, to the center, to the space, to the emptiness where all is full. And we're right here on this planet to try it all on, to experience, to feel our desires, that magnetism, to go out into the world, and to appreciate the limitless creative expression of divinity. And we keep on doing that. We keep trying on all these things. We keep being pulled to one thing and creating something else. We read a book, we follow someone, we return to this place and this space and this way of producing and creating in the world. It's energy in, energy out, energy in, energy out, energy in, energy out, penetration, reception, radiance, magnetism. This is the dance. This is the dance. Ha, ta, sun, moon. This is the dance. We try all these things and then someday we realize with real eyes the transient nature of all of this. And all settles, dissolves into, resolves into the one. In the end, it is the wise ones who recognize that they have tasted this world and are tasting the world, and there will come a time and come a day after we've lived with so many people, walked with so many people, partners, parents, children, friends, aunts, uncles, comrades, those we've birthed from our womb, those who have helped us birth parts of our soul. We've walked with so many people, and the wise ones discern that there comes a point where all that falls away. And after having walked with so many, lived with so many, we finally remember the one. We live within the one we cannot live without. How far can you be from the infinite? You are infinite, disguising as finite. Even your name, your gender, not original to your essence. Your story that distracts you, takes you off places, and for a moment perhaps you sit in your meditation in the morning. You sit for that little while. And perhaps you taste that spaciousness, that fullness. Amidst the chaos, all the things going on, all the chaos, all the crazy, that's still happening. And the mind comes up with that craziness. The mind comes up and says, stop, you already did this. Stop, you have things to do. Stop, don't just sit here. It's not working. You need to practice a mantra. Oh, you don't know a mantra? You need to go learn a mantra. But you must find the voice beneath the voice. This is discernment. Because if you find the voice beneath the voice, you can be present to all this happening, all this going on, right here, watching the economy, the pandemia, the ex-husband, the lover, the neighbor. And in it, you still can feel present and at peace. That is the HATHA. That is the union into which we resolve, into which all differences resolve. That is both the space and the fullness. That is the reason you are here. My mom is good at this. Quite Catholic in her rebellious way. I asked her, what if there's not really a heaven in our last FaceTime? What if there's not really a heaven? And she said, scratched up her nose, crossed her arms. And she said, So what? I'll be dead. And I said, but where will you go? And she said, oh, Britt, I'll go where all the other people go who thought there was a heaven. or I'll go to heaven, if there is one. I'm not going to mind with any of that now. I just want to be happy. The mind will spin you and take you. And your work is to keep coming home, coming back to the deep knowing that you are the infinite, disguised as the finite. So we go to the mat this morning. Let's do it, huh? Good morning, Heather and Des and Mira and Laura. Here. And find our way. Onto our hands and knees. Just for a moment here. Ground down through the palms, and we allow the hips to shift side to side. As if you are just rising for the very first moment from your slumber. Feel into your body. Presence. Letting nothing take you away. Simply staying with the voice beneath. The voice. The voice that holds no words. As you're ready, let that left knee come a little bit closer under the body. So just slides a little closer to center. And walk the right toes back and press the right heel back. Open the heart into the space between the heels of the hands. And then allow that left arm to reach out nice and long. If it works for you, go ahead and lift that right leg up off of the earth. And rotate through the end of the right leg. Bend the heel in toward the buttocks now. Press the right foot up toward the sky, and then bring it all back down. Press the ball of the foot to the earth, let the heel reach back. Crown of the head reaches out. We're just stretching and opening through the back of the body. This also is the HATHA, the moon, the history. We bring that right knee down, snug it right up to the left knee, and then let that left foot step back. Let the toes ground down. Stretching into the calf of the left leg, feeling into the hips and the low belly. Heart center expanding into the space between the heels of the hands. Flaring nostrils, lifting corners of the lips. Remember, you can detour from the practice at any time. If even being here, your body prefers to be on elbows, all is well. Just keep coming back to the breath. We go ahead and raise that right arm up. Gliding right shoulder blade onto the back body. We lift the left leg up off the earth. We rotate through the left ankle. Feeling that bottom and back side of the body. And then take that left heel and drop in toward the buttock. And then bring it all on down. We're going to open the knees. There are some birds here that are, they look just like a crow from the Pacific Northwest. but they are the most amazing songbirds. I don't know what they are. They look almost purple when the sun hits them directly. Magic. So we walk the hands out. We let the brow touch down. Lift the feet and open heart center toward the earth. Sensing stretch into the shoulders and into the heart center. All the while making little adjustments, cushioning up the knees as needed. Audible sigh as needed. Anything that helps bring you into the wholeness. We walk the hands back one at a time by the head. Rise on up. We're going to go ahead from here and cross the ankles and sit back just a bit. Release that, come on forward, cross the opposite ankle on top, and sit on back. Cross the first ankle on top, sit on back. The space between all the vertebrae, spaces between the vertebrae, long spine. And then release. And then as you're ready, if you can come up and over the feet, you may. If you need to shift, go around the block and send the bum over to the side, you can do that as well. Otherwise, we're just going to reach our legs out long, ground to the feet, and lower the body down toward the mat. We're going to take the arms up and above the head. Let the palms face up and then glide the shoulder blades down. Let the elbows come down into like a capital W formation. Stand through the feet and lift through the tail just a bit. Just going to take a few hip opening stretches here. But first, move the jaw. Let the small of the back rest for a moment. Let the feet root. Let the mouth fall open and simply sense what's going on in your body. Take a mental body scan. As if the color red would show up on this body scan in the places where you feel and sense more tension. Where there's some sort of deeper or heightened sensation. From here, go ahead and let the soles of the feet come together and let the knees fall open. And simply allow the inner line of the hip, the inner line of the thigh to open. Take 3 breaths here, pressing into the pinky blade edge of the feet as you allow the body to roll just a bit. At the end of that 3rd breath, bring the right knee up and then the left. Keep the left foot down. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Lift the ball of the left foot and let those legs drop over to your right side. So you're feeling the opening in the outer line of this left hip. If you feel it in your left knee, walk the heel of that left foot out away a bit more. I'm not interested in whether or not the knees touch down. I'm interested in you feeling a deep opening sensation in the hip. Perhaps you'll want to walk that left knee up closer to the right side of the body rather than it being straight out to deepen into that hip. Perhaps you want to palpate or massage. And then we release and unfurl and come on back. Right foot comes down, cross that left ankle over, and shift over to the left side. So sometimes, some mornings, So I'm a morning practitioner for sure. Gotta work out all that morning funk and fuzz. Sometimes I just come to something as this. There's no vinyasa, there's no yogi style push-ups. But there is for sure flexion and extension through the spine, opening and closing through the hips. Deep breath. Again, you can palpate and massage. Turn attention to the freedom and ease of the breath. Do your best to relax wherever you are and slowly rise. From here, we're going to bring those knees in toward the armpits. Broaden them even wider yet down toward the earth. Inhale, snug them up toward the chin. Exhale, circle out. Use the hands to guide the trajectory of the knees, reaching out as far as the arms can lengthen. Drawing in, reaching out. Reversing as we snug on in, open to the outsides. Around, in, and up, around, in, and up. We bring the hands back in behind the hamstrings. We press the heels to the sky. We lift the head up toward, as if toward the heavens, as if the crown of the head could reach up toward the balls of the feet. And we release down. We're just going to lift up and lengthen. Let the arms reach up to the sky. Arms and legs parallel. Let the face expand, open the jaw, stretch the muscles, squeeze the eye sockets, cultivate on, and then release on down. Bring the knees into the heart center, hands come to the backs of the knees, tuck the chin, and slowly rise. From here, we're going to cross the legs. Let the funny one come in front. In other words, my right leg always wants to come in front. My masculine always wants to drive. Let that left side come on in front. And then from here, we're just going to turn and face center. If the crossing of the left feet, why is that hard to say this morning? Crossing of the feet doesn't work for you. Bring the soles of the feet together. Here's another option. We're just opening up however you want to see fit. And then we're just going to circle around through the belly here. Stirring up the jaw, flare in the nostrils, in the corners of the lips. Reversing that direction all the way around again. So we remember our 3 precepts. If you've not gotten the practitioner notes, be sure to sign up for those. More information in the description of this video on how to get your paws on those practices. And then as you're ready, we rise on up. We just bring one hand down to the earth and we float the opposite hand up. And just letting the fingertips touch down. Spiral that hand elbow. So in other words, my left hand's down, my left elbow spirals in toward my hip. My right arm reaches up and over. Now I spiral the heart center up toward the heavens. Inhale, exhale, slide down. Inhale, spiral up, exhale, slide down. One more time. Inhale, exhale, slide down. Now I'm going to bring it all the way over that other side. Fingertips touch down, opposite arm up. Spiral that elbow in on the fingertip down side, reach up and over. Inhale, spiral up. Exhale, reach over. Inhale, spiral up. Exhale, reach over. Inhale, spiral up. Exhale, reach over. There it is. Inhale, rise up. From here, we're going to go ahead and bring our feet in toward our buttocks. Perhaps you walk your hands back and lift your tail and shift the weight. If you're able, you come onto the wholeness of the feet. If not, just know we're finding our way slowly and steadily into a standing forward fold. So however you need to get there. If you feel a lot of compression in the flesh of the hip, what often is the upper thigh, that's okay. Just keep wringing that out. If you feel it in the structure of the bone, I say get on out of there. That's sort of a good rule when you're feeling tension or heightened sensation in the muscle, that's okay. When it starts to aggravate the joint, get on out of there. And in any doubt, if you have any doubt, if it gets weird, you just get out of there. We're going to go ahead and forward fold, send the tail to the sky. I'm going to turn the length of the mat. You do as your body feels right. Just letting the heels work their way down, crown of the head weighs heavy, back of the neck is long.
From here, we're just going to soften through the knees, walk the ribcage out of the direction
Of the knees, bring the hands back and beyond the body. See if you can interlace the fingers and reach the arms up and over. Inhaling and exhaling right here. Soften through your knees. Draw the navel center in. Close the eyes and slowly and steadily roll all the way up to standing. Keeping the hands interlaced on the back side of the body, opening in and up through heart center. Checking in now, doing that little body scan, noticing where the color red may reveal. Just take a mental imprint of that. We release the arms. Here we're going to take the right arm on top of the left arm and wrap. Open the feet up to the width of your mat and just simply roll the arms around here. Let the jaw continue to move and shift. Stretching into back side of the body, side body, and release. Open those arms, take the opposite arm on top. The ha is the movement. The ta is the deep stillness. The hatha is what arises in and through that, from that, containing both movement and stillness. Your mind also is part of divinity. Your heart, your body, the wind, the silence in the night, all part and parcel. Releasing arms, floating arms up and above the head. Interlace the fingers and turn the palms upward. Thumbs rise. Draw the chin back, lifting in and up through the low belly. As you're ready now, releasing those hands back and behind the body, interlacing the fingers and opening to the heart center, stepping to the top of your mat. We ground down through our big toes. You take your flow in the way that serves you. Grounding down through big toes. Releasing the arms. We inhale, take those arms up nice and skyward. We exhale and gently forward fold. Crown of the head releasing. We inhale as the eyes gaze forward. We exhale, we step the right foot back. This is the sun side of the body. We stay right here. Feel the crown of the head reaching out long. As the right heel draws back, we feel into the space that is available between the vertebrae. And then as you're ready, go ahead and release that right knee down to the earth and open through the front line of that right thigh, front of the right hip. Let the right hand stay down and just roll gently, wrapping that right elbow in. Left foot stays grounded, rolling slightly to the outer line of that right hip. So this left hand can come right in here to the knee if that feels better. Feeling the opening in and up through that right side of the rib cage as well. We release and come on back. We open through heart center. We hook those right toes under. We lift those right toes. Spiral that right heel down and we walk on up. We bring our hands right out into the crest of the hips. Feeling into that back foot, taking a moment to pause here. What is between the movement and the stillness? What is between the inhale and the exhale? We bring the arms in and up through the shoulders, rising skyward, inhale. We exhale as we're ready. We reach those hands all the way down to your roll to the ball of the back foot. As you're ready, step the left leg back and bring yourself into a gentle downward facing dog. Points of the elbows spiral back toward the knees or shins. Low belly lifting and releasing. We step the feet back. We hover the body forward. We let the eyes track out. We hover forward and soften the knees down onto the earth and lower all the way to our bellies. We interlace the fingers back and behind the body. Keep the big toes grounded down. We rise up. We're looking for that space between. We're noticing when the mind takes us off somewhere on some wild adventure or judges what we're doing, and we just come on back. Remember the visual of my hands vibrating, dancing, crashing into each other. That might be showing up between your ears or in your sacrum or shoulder, your hips, or a tension in your belly. And the work is, can you relax here? We bring our hands right by the ribs again, inhaling, finding the steadiness. Put the toes under, send the tail to the sky. Pedal from foot to foot again. Points of the elbows spiral in, ears between arms, wholeness of palms pressing down. We're going to float that left leg skyward, inhaling. We're going to bring that left knee right on into the eyebrow center, around through the spine. Send it up and back again. It may not touch your brow. It might. Bringing it in as close as you can, pressing your heels of hands and ball of right foot one more time, reaching up skyward. You then step that left foot all the way through. From here, we let the eyes track out again. You stay nice and high on the ball of that right foot. We reach the arms out and along the side body. We bring the hands in and through the armpits and out nice and long. We inhale and ascend. We bring the hands in and along the ribs, reach back and down. Take the arms out long, rise up. Bring the hands in and down. Reach out and up. Stay right here. Bending through right knee, bring those hands on in and through shoulders. And see if you can open now, looking back at that left hand. We allow the left hand to glide down the back body. We reach the right arm up and up. As you're ready, we exhale. Bring the hands in through the hips. Open through heart center. Step the right foot in and pedal from foot to foot. Heart center open. Palms face forward. Take a little body scan here again. Feeling heat rise. So the climate will affect the way your body will move sometimes. When we're just not sure how or where to move our bodies in a cold and dry and closed up climate, the work is really to take a nice warm bath or shower and then go into our practice. When the body is warm and moist and has been oiled and prepared. This climate here, where I live, does that for you. We bring our hands in and through our heart center. We send our breath down and out our body on the exhale. Some of you live in Hawaii. Some of you are in Florida. Those places do this for you. Forward folding. Inhale, eyes gaze forward. Exhale, we step that left leg back. We feel and sense how the crown of the head reaches out long and strong. From here, we're just going to go ahead and release that back knee down. Release the top line of the foot. Opening into the front line of that left hip, you can bring the left hand and ground it down. Drop the outer line of that left hip, keeping that right foot grounded. I like to bring my right hand to the outside of that right knee. Keep that right knee stable so there's no knee pain as I drop down. Letting the stretch move from the outer line of that left hip up into the side body. Mira, hopefully this is opening some of the hip stuff. Descend and rise and on up. We inhale right here. We ground down. We curl those toes under. We lengthen. From here, we're going to go ahead and ever so gently step back. Well, I'm going to swivel the left heel down. How about? See if I can remember this whole series. We'll get there. That low belly rising, pressing down through the pinky edge of that back foot. We raise those arms up nice and high. Inhale. The expansion of it. We bring those hands on in and through the ribs, or in and through the shoulders, and open, and we extend that. Synchronize right here, pinky edge of that back foot rooting back. From here, we go ahead and take that arm back, opening up and back. Inhale, expanding. As you're ready, we just come right on down again and ground. We roll to the ball of the back foot. We step back into your downward facing dog. Points of the elbows spiraling towards shins. We move on and in through our plank pose. We hover and soften those knees down onto the earth. We release all the way down to our belly. We let the tops of the feet ground down. We're going to take those arms back and along the side body again and open right up through the heart. Walking those legs out long, big toes touch down. Inhale, lift your feet. Open the feet, bring them all back together. And release down. Inhale, lift the feet. Open the feet, bring them all back together and release down. Two more as such. Lift the feet. Open the feet, bring them all back together and release down. One more time, lift, open, touch together, and down. The hands come by the ribs. We inhale and ascend. We hook the toes under and send the tail to the sky. We allow the right leg to float upward toward the sky. Inhaling, we exhale. Bring the knee into the eyebrow center. Press through the heels of the hands. Rising high to the ball of the left foot. Send it up again. Inhale. We exhale. Bring that knee into the eyebrow center. We send it up again. This time we pass the foot all the way up and through. We stay high on the ball of that back foot. We walk the rib cage out nice and long. We take the arms along the side body. Crown of the head reaching out away from that back heel. We reach the arms out long and strong. We rise up. We bring the hands in. We reach down. We reach out and up. In and down. One more. Out and up. We bring the hands right on into the shoulders. You're going to rotate into that right side. We let that right arm come right on down the back side of that left leg. Left arm reaching up and away. And then as you're ready from here, we inhale, bring those arms up and in through the hips. And we step that back foot into join. We pedal from foot to foot. Big toes touching. Hands come down to the knees. We're just going to simply circle through the knees. As you do so, soften your eyes and soften your jaw. And sense again into the body. Even here as you move, where on that body scan are the red zones? Reversing and reversing again. We rise up, we bring the energy in and up into the pelvis, we open the feet, and right here we gently roll through the pelvis, big circles. Close the eyes, sensing again gently into the body. Where are the red zones? Are there red zones? Maybe they're only at 10% transparency and just look a little tiny bit redder than the rest of the body. Maybe they're only red when they're moved in a certain way, good information. Maybe what was red is now fine and back to its optimal way of moving, and now there's a new red zone. Or maybe everything's just a little bit less concentrated in pain or tension. All these things are good information for what we notice. And then if there's something where you find there's a place you just want to hang out and take a couple breaths, this left hip of mine wants to just hang out here and open, we can give it that as well. So then as you're ready to rise on up, we bring our feet right beneath our hips. Let the feet face forward, take a little looky at your feet to make sure that they're relatively square, and then open the heart center right here. Crown of the head reaches up. Bring the chin back. We'll bring our attention here to a practice that increases lunar energy by sending the breath down and out the body for the count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8. Inhale, 6. Exhale, 8. Inhale, 6. Exhale, 8. Allow the breath to come back to what feels natural. We take a step back and we ground through the left foot. And we float the right knee in and up. We bring our hand into our shin and we rotate through the ankle of the right foot. One direction and then the other. Crown of the head rising up and out of the shoulders, chin dropping down and receding back so it's right up and over the central line of the spine. Let your eyes be like the eyes of camels. Big eyelashes, big, huge, brown, almost plum-sized eyes, interacting with the world. We bring that right foot back in toward the buttocks. Let the right knee be behind your left knee if at all possible. The left hand comes to the belly. The low belly lifts. Notice how the head wants to draw out. We draw it in and back. If you can wrap that hand to the inner line of the foot, do so, but not losing the right hip behind you. Keep drawing that right hip forward. really soften. From here, we're just simply going to reach that right foot back, back, back. Walk it back and touch it down. Good work. If you felt a little wobbly there, no worries. Sometimes it's like that. Life's a big wobble. We weeble and we wobble and we fall down and we get back up. Right? The Japanese proverb, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Raising those arms skyward, inhaling. Bring the hands to the back of the head. Drop that right knee down just a little bit. So often in our modern practices, we send that right heel back and lengthen through that right leg. That oftentimes is going to create a lot of tension in the sacrum, setting up instability in the sacrum, and we want none of that. So right here, go ahead and drop the chin down, hands to the back of the head, let the thumbs come down toward the exit of the ridge and rotate into that left leg. Good rotation, nice and stable. Release those arms down. And come right on back to center. Bring the hands down, send that left foot back. Downward facing dog. Big camel eyes. Looking at your feet, looking at your hands, elbows spiraling in. Tail center ascending. We come into our plank pose. From here, you're going to simply hover to the blade edge on the left side of the body. Right arm comes up. Let that right arm sweep through the space between left arm and left leg. If this left knee needs to come down, it's all right. This is good. Right here's good too. Otherwise, that left leg stays out long. 2 more. Stabilizing through core. 1 more time. All the way in. Reach it all the way up. Out long and strong. Bring that hand down. Soften the knees. Reach back and sit on the knees just for a moment. For 3 breaths. Common practice is to rub through the thighs to send energy down into the base of the body. Ground through still hands. Send energy down and out that newly invigorated base. Energy rises in and up to the crown of the head. Preparing for preparation, send the breath down and out the body, letting go of any tensions the body holds. Inhale as we prepare for the other side. Exhale, walk those hands back out. You're so ready for this. Hook the toes under. Lifting up. Shifting to the outside of that right foot. Again, you can bring that right knee down. Just drop it, just like that. If you need to. Gliding left arm through space. Right arm. Inhale up. All the way through. Inhale up. All the way through. Inhale up. All the way through. Inhale up and out and touch down. And knees release. And glide back. And that's it. Close the eyes. What makes us strong is our ability to bear witness to the griping, groping, grumbling voices within. To be compassionate to their cries, and to be able to discern what's really being said beneath the grumbling. Is it that my whole life is out of balance? Is it that I've never trusted myself? Is it that there's never been a moment when my worth has not been attached to my body? Or perhaps not my body, but my mind? list of things I've done in this world. Hands steady still, listening. This is the voice beneath the voice, the grand witness, the great orchestrator who watches, bears witness, and celebrates the show. We reach those hands back out long and strong. We hook the toes under and send the tail to the sky. We pedal from foot to foot. Perhaps you let the right foot step in just a little bit, the eyes track up. Perhaps you send the left leg up to the sky and then step it a little closer. And then send the right leg up to the sky and step it a little closer to the hands. Or perhaps just keep walking with the feet pressing up. Or perhaps you feel a desire to switch kick the feet and then walk up. Crown of the head heavy, back of the neck is long. Soften through the knees. Inhale, we rise, take those arms up. Releasing. As you're ready now, you'll ground through that right foot and we pick up the left knee. Feel the crown of the head rising, softening in through that right knee. Nothing locks out, holding nothing back. As we're ready here, we just ever so gently bring that knee behind. We reach back for the foot. Perhaps the right hand comes to the heart or to the low belly. Perhaps we bring the hand into the inner line of the foot. Pressing the foot back, noticing how the left hip might want to track back. We bring it on in, press the foot into the hand, into the hand. Slowly we release, soften through the right knee, release the left foot, reach the leg back, 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 and down. And we rise. Hands come in and through, good work. Weebles wobble, and they fall down. We bring the hands back and behind the head. Open it up right here. From here, feel the low belly lift, wrap that right hip back. With the chin tucking in, grounding through the wholeness of the right foot, right arch lifting. Left ball of the foot grounded. We rotate, rotate, rotate into that right side. Good twist here. Good, strong twist. We gently release those arms down, come all the way back, just let everything come on down. Inhale, exhale out. Pedal from foot to foot. Balls of the feet, heels work their way down, rise to balls of the feet, heels work their way down. Rise to balls of the feet, release your knees but broadening them just a bit wider than the hips. Glide the forearms down to the earth, about shoulder width, no wider. Interlace the fingers, open through the low belly here, inhale. Exhale, send the tail to the sky. Eyes contract out of the hands. I step the right foot through, float the left leg up. I can see my thumbs. bring that one skyward leg down, I ground it and float the other leg up. I can see my thumbs. Bring that one skyward leg down, I broaden the knees. I bring my heels toward one another and under the buttocks as I sit tall. I let my head fall toward the left shoulder. I weigh heavy through the right shoulder. As if to say my head's drawn over to the left and I want to keep that right shoulder heavy. I drop the chin from left shoulder down toward chest. I lift the head right up the center line. I let the head fall to the right shoulder. I weigh heavy through that left shoulder because it wants to rise. I drop that chin right down through midline, through center, and I rise. Got it. As you're ready here, go ahead and press through the outer lines of the shins and see if you can bring those knees forward so that the thigh bones are parallel to one another. From here, we're going to bring our hands down the outer lines of the knees and see if I can roll up to my feet, just a little, and just get a good stretch on the top line of my feet. Leaning toward the back side and releasing. Toward the back side and releasing. Now, from here, I'm going to press my chest forward and up just a bit. So forward and up. Then I press through my hands, I draw my navel center in, and I'm going to go ahead and rise to the feet here. And release. If you can't lift the knees much, it's okay. Just feel into the lift. Your feet are like the shocks of your 4x4. I want to feel that. I didn't mention the construction noise. Not sure if you're hearing that happening too, but that's happening in my neighborhood. As you're ready here, we're just going to release over to one hand. And sit. So now I'm on my right hip, and I'm just going to walk this left leg around. I'm not worried about being on the mat. I'm not on the mat. I want both my sits bones to work their way down, and I'm going to wrap this right arm around that left leg. I'm going to lift it in up through the crown. I'm going to let my left hand just hold my right wrist. As I shift my weight here, I just rock gently. Crown of the head rising, rotating toward that left side. Releasing, coming back to center. I'm going to reach over to that right side, snug the right heel into the buttocks. Left heel comes in and coming back to center. I'm going to just feel that center moment again. There's a discernment where we just soften into that quiet space. We don't even know the power of the neocortex and what amazing awarenesses, possibilities, and potentials our bodies can access when we are in that steady, still quiet of heart and mind. We shift that left hand over, taking it to the other side. Scooping all the way over. Taking that right foot, wrapping it. Letting the sits bones work their way down. It's got to get my foot out of the way. And then I wrap that left arm around that right knee. Crown of the head rising. Rotating into that right side. Remember that little visual at the beginning where my hands were vibrating and crushing into each other, and there's the world happening, and the ex-husband and the ex-partner and the person at work and the bill and the ambulance and the this and the that and the construction at the neighbor's house. And then there's the mind, and it's engaged with that. It's got its whole story. And then there's you. There's you as pure awareness. Right on cue, the construction stops. Release and shift over, bring those knees back. Coming on back to center. So here's the deal. I'm going to ground through my hands, and I'm going to open my knees up just a bit and sit right down between my knees. This might not be an option for you in your body. You might need to do one at a time, which looks more like this. You might need to hoist this tail up on a couch cushion or on a ball. We're going to settle in wherever we go for the count of 10 breaths, and then we're going to come out. Let your body move and shift, and then we're going to go back in for 10 breaths. So if you're doing one side, you're going in there for 10 breaths. We're starting now. Let your exhale be first. We're about halfway in. Slowly and steadily come on out. Take 3 breaths of adjustment and shift. And then you perhaps come into that other side, one foot down, one heel back. Rising up here, opening through the hip. Perhaps a couch cushion under the buttocks. Or both heels back and lowering down again. Your 10 breaths start here. Exhale first. Past halfway. And finding your way out, however that works for you. We bring ourselves to our back sides and let the heels rise up to the sky, palms face up. We turn the toes out. We're going to reach one leg out long and strong, one leg up to the sky. We switch that, taking the opposite leg up. Switch that. Switch again. One more time, switch again. Balancing it between the two sides. And then upon completion, we draw the knees into the heart center. We bring our hands to our knees and we circle the knees around. Closing the eyes. Sensing the tail and the sacrum grounding and releasing. Reversing the direction. Draw the knees in toward the ground. We inhale, we press the shins up, and we come to seated. We see if it's here for us to just take 13. Brow toward knees, release out. Slow and steady. Brow toward knees, exhale. Release out. It's 5, 6, 7. Here's 6 more. You need to rest. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And release down slowly, slowly, slowly. We walk the feet in. Let the feet face forward. Take a body scan again as you're doing so. Noticing where tension is arising in the body. More important than anything, we notice where a tension arises and doesn't leave. That's the important piece to pay attention to. If something's moving around, it's like, oh, that's new. Okay, oh, that one's gone. Good news. It's the ones that hang around in the same exact spot. And then as you're ready here, we're going to lift those hips, walking shoulders under the back side of the body. Letting the low belly lift. Closing the eyes, pressing equally through both feet. Use those closed eyes to really feel how the feet equally touch down on the earth. When we release our connection to the outside world and just turn our sensory awareness inside, 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 we gather great information and can make adjustments from that spaciousness. We slowly release the tail down. We open the feet up. We let the heels be wider than the balls of the feet. We let the knees rest against each other. Hands come to the low belly. The space beneath the space. Make this commitment here to not leave yet. As we go into our final Shavasana, stay with me. More importantly, stay with you. Press through the balls of your feet, let your heels walk in. Let your left leg work its way out long to the earth. Draw your right knee in toward your chest. Take a full deep inhale here. And then as you find your way to the exhale, let that right knee sweep across the body, and perhaps the knee can touch down. Perhaps walking that left shoulder in the direction of the left side as you open your heart and turn your head to the right. Opposite right knee, which is now on the left side. Gradually roll the head and shoulder and everything toward that left side. Use the earth for support. Begin to snug the knees up and bring everything back to center. Draw the left knee into the chest, the right leg reaches out long. That left leg now slowly and steadily inhale and exhale over to the right side. Perhaps you can walk your right shoulder inchward in the direction of the right and let the head open to the left. Slowly and steadily, we exhale over to the right side. Let the left hand touch the earth. Let the right knee, bottom leg work its way up to center. We bring everything back to center. Readjusting your back side on your mat. Drawing those knees on in toward your heart center, lifting your head up toward your knees. Inhale. And exhale, reaching those legs out long and strong. Releasing feet to the outside as you open through heart center. And soften here into your Shavasana. As you are here, Noticing the inhale. The sunrise on your breath. Noticing the illumination that lives within. The eyebrows lifted, the corners of the lips lifting, the spark, the joy, the flame ascending. And notice the descending breath, the exhale. The weight of your body on the earth, the magnetic force of gravity. Soothing, creamy, drawing inward energy of the moon. As you breathe in and breathe out, notice the alchemy, the connection. Love. The thing that is in everything, every molecule, everything visible and indivisible. The infinite disguising as finite. This is you. Merging, dissolving, resolving. This is you. And as you're finding your breath, wiggling fingers and toes, and bringing yourself in your way back to your favorite seat. Our hands come to our heart center. And we send the breath from the crown of the head down and out the body to the very belly of the earth. Together we inhale. And we chant our final closing mantra. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamavevashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Sweet, glorious day to you. Thank you so much for being here. Feel free to share this nectar with others. And email me, reach out to me in any way that serves you. I love you. I'm super grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.